Hello, this is Smizlov the Slayer. I wanted to do a different kind of video, and this is going to be on chess tactics. As you can see here, I'm at chesstempo.com. I guess a year two, I think you can see. Yeah, also I'm doing a full screen recording, which I don't normally do, so. Anyway, this is basically my favorite chess tactics site on the internet. So I thought I would just go through and kind of do live commentary while I do tactics. I'm not sure if it's going to be the most exciting video, but I wanted to just sort of go through, and I think it's a good site, and so I wanted to kind of do a review or just sort of a, hey, look at this kind of video for it. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm on Tactics Standard, and that's actually one of the things I like the most about this site is that they actually have standard tactics, which means it doesn't, your time that you take to finish the problem has no impact at all on your rating. It's all about accuracy. And I personally think that that is much more important for improving your chess as opposed to, I forget what the thing, I think it's Chess Tactics Server. They don't have this option at all. They only have blitz tactics. And that means that basically, if you go there, you can look at the highest rated chess tactic players, and you'll see that there's guys with like 60% accuracy who have like 2,000 ratings. And so basically they're just doing the problem, making a move instantly, and or within 5 seconds, just their gut reaction, and then that's it. And sometimes they'll get it right, and sometimes it's like, you know, it's like a 50-50 kind of thing, or 60-40 or whatever. And I personally don't think that's very helpful. And the problem too is that it's a server, so that the problems you get, you only are going to get problems on your certain rating level. So say I take, for instance, like 1 minute to finish a problem there, I'll probably actually lose points even if I get the problem right. And that means the next problem I get is going to be like an easier problem, or like a, you know, worse problem for me. And I really just don't like that because, you know, I'm like, I want to solve difficult problems and like take my time solving them. That's kind of what the whole point is, you know. It's not just to sort of make instant gut reactions to these things and hope I'm right, you know. So anyway, you know, basically you have your timer here, and it just is like for your own information. It doesn't actually impact your rating at all. And I think pretty much the move here is rook to f1 check, king to h2, and then queen takes this rook. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I don't think there might be a checkmate here, actually, that I might be... No, because he's got the queen to d4 check. So, that's right. And so then I got the problem correct. And it gives you a computer line, I think, which sometimes isn't that helpful because the computer will make moves that aren't really to the point. Like, sometimes you make a capture, and the computer say, okay, you're correct. And then it says, it'll give you some move, like, that just doesn't really make any sense to you because the actual tactic, like the thing that makes a tactic work can happen a couple moves in. So I guess that's one downside to it. But actually then you have over here, some of these problems have comments. This one doesn't because it's a pretty simple problem. So a lot of times if you're stumped by a problem and you can't figure out what the right move is even from this computer line, then you can go to the comments and they'll say the point of this is blah blah blah, and that's whatever it is. So then you go to next problem. And so we got, I actually like this site too because I think they do tend to have much better problems than Chess Tactics Server. Though I actually haven't used that server in a while just because I switched to this like a year or so ago, 2 years ago, I'm not sure. But I just really haven't used the other one in a long time. So maybe they've made some improvements. But, yes, I mean, like this problem, it's not just like a queen sack or something. I mean, maybe it is, but I don't think it is. It's not those kind of tactics. These are like more like positional. You have to take in consideration a lot of different sort of things, not just not just like 1-2 ply kind of like tactics. Ply meaning move, half move. Like for instance, after looking at this for a little bit, I don't really have any idea what to do. Which is good for a tactical problem. If it was easy, it would make sense to do it. So one thing I'm seeing is my bishop's under attack. So, and I think pawn-wise we're even. or I'm down a pawn even. So then the rook and queen are on the c file. The rook is on the f8. Maybe I don't think h5 is going to do anything for me. Let's see. Now, can I maybe do queen to h4? Doesn't really seem to do much. Oh, I got, okay. See, I do miss some simple stuff. Oh, okay. Yes, queen takes e4 check, and then I get the rook. So this one actually is just a one-ply problem. It's just kind of funny. But it was difficult to see at least, so let's do another one. But the main thing is that even if you take a lot of time like that, I got it right, and so I get the points, and then I'll get more and more difficult problems so long as I'm just patient and keep at it, which I just really, really prefer a lot. So we got check, and then takes the pawn, or bishop. But see, now my bishop's under attack. That's the thing about... Now, is that going to be a checkmate threat, though? No, because the knight's guarding it. This is, I think, more along the lines of what I was talking about. Complicated tactics. Like, you have the one-ply thing, but then there's rook takes, and then even after that, the thing that could make it work doesn't work because there's a knight guarding it. So there's, like, the obvious moves there don't work, which is, I think, very good, because when you do tactical training and stuff, you need to be, like, precise, and if it's just the obvious move that works all the time, then you're not really going to get a whole lot out of it. So I got to think of something. I mean, it could still be knight f2 check, though. King to g1. I guess the knight just moved from f2, didn't it? I'm not sure. Maybe it moved from here. Didn't quite pay attention. King to g1. Maybe, let's see. Takes. If the bishop does take, then rook takes. Do I have some way of getting out of this thing, though? Not that I can see. What about rook to f1? I don't really see that doing much of anything. Let's see. If I can get this knight off of f1, I'd have a checkmate right now. So, this one looks kind of tricky. Hopefully, if you're watching, you haven't solved it already and are just really frustrated that I can't figure it out. But I'm kind of stumped on this one. Maybe rook to d2? No, because I have two of my pieces are under attack, so that's not going to work. What about knight to f2? No, and then rook takes. Knight to f2 just really seems like it's going to work, though. Otherwise, I mean, I have to lose one of these pieces, right? Excuse me. How about knight to f4? Nah, that's not good. Is it sometimes they actually put in defensive tactics here. Though I guess not anymore. They have this thing used to not be here when I first started. And I'm actually a pretty big fan of defensive tactics, where you get a tactical problem and you just need to find a defense. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and make this the last problem for my session. I think they just, you don't really have to click that, but I'm just going to. What about rook? What about knight to g1? That doesn't really threaten anything, though. No. What about knight to f1? Check. King to there. What an interesting problem. Wonder if bishop to f4. Nah. Just rook takes. Bishop takes. Doesn't really get me anywhere. What about rook to f2? Then just rook takes. Bishop to d1, no. Bishop to f4, no. Knight to f4, no. Knight to g5. I'm gonna go ahead and play knight to f2. just because I don't see any other move that would work. Now maybe help me sort of see a little bit better what I need to do. I see it. Okay. I think the idea, well, maybe I don't see it. Maybe I don't. No, I don't. I don't see it yet. Uh, Maybe now bishop to f4. Maybe that's the whole point. I don't know about that, because then you have king takes, king takes, and it's just two pieces for a pawn. That would be probably in white's favor. What about bishop to, there you go, bishop to h2 check, king takes h2, knight takes g4 check, and then I win the rook. So that's going to be it. So that was actually a really good example. I mean, they just get the problems randomly, so I'm happy that that's a really good example of the good kind of problems you can get from this site. And you can notice that problem was pretty high rated. I don't know. I think they go up to like 2,300 or something, pretty high. So I've got a ways to go. But okay, I think that's pretty good. I just wanted to sort of show this site and do some tactics just because. There's some other things here. They've got like different kinds of problems you can do. I mean, I don't really use too much of this other stuff though. I just for tactics training. Some of the other stuff's interesting every now and then. But all right, thanks for watching.